Now, on a lighter note, though, Bun, you know, I'm on TikTok trying to enjoy myself, just scrolling up and down like I normally do, and then I see the intro to Sippin on some Sizzurp going viral.
Yeah. I don't know how it happened. It was a young lady that did it first.
Yeah.
Talking about people that don't know how to play spades.
Yeah.
And then it just become this whole thing of basically the whole premise behind it is when you have a black person that doesn't know how to do something traditionally that black people do. You know what I'm saying? Play spades, barbecue, you know what I'm saying? Stop being nosy.
Exactly.
That kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing, man, to make music. You know, we was talking about the other day, like that song's 22 years old.
Come on.
You know, and it's still part of the culture. It's part of the musical landscape out here. I've been blessed, man, with the opportunity to make music one day that lives, you know, still lives today.
Forever.
You know, and it's still, I mean, it's still in rotation now. People still jamming. I come outside on Saturday. If I pass by the car wash, I'm going to hear something, you know. And look, I'm blessed that I got a catalog that still moves, but at the same time, I still feel like I have the talent, the skill set, and the relevancy to still be contributed to the culture. So besides everything that we already done, we still here doing. Motrill, Bun B, Cory Mo.
With that being said, Cory Mo, having the Bun, somebody that you pretty much grew up with in the game, seeing him and being able to still jam with him to this day, what is that like for you, man? Keeping that relationship and that bond together.
Man, relationships is everything, man. Once you figure out how to go in that studio and not have no hit record on your mind and money on your mind and all this other shit, then you realize that you are really making real music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just to be doing it this long with him, man, it's you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing, man. It's dope.
Also being somebody that was able to be a hype man for the Bun overseas and all over the world. Talk to me about that experience, traveling with this man while he over there going crazy all over the world.
Canada, Finland, Spain, Norway, Czech Republic, every city in the States, man. We done been everywhere, bro. We done been everywhere. I mean, it's dope, man. It's dope. One of the dopest experiences, I know I talked about this on his radio show, but it's this place in Canada called Whistler. So Google Whistler, Canada. Man, it's a lot of skiing and all kinds of crazy stuff out there, man. But just the scenery alone is so breathtaking, man, and it just opens you up to a whole new world and just make you think different. You know what I'm saying? Traveling makes you make you think differently whenever you get back to the crib. You know what I mean? It just opened you up, man. And you know, it was real dope just being on the road and traveling and just experiencing all this different stuff and exchanging currency and just learning languages. And I mean, it's just dope, man. It's just a blessing, man.
Bun, being able to see the world, how did that open up a young Texas boy's mind?
Well, for me, I had never even dreamed of going to a lot of the places that I've been to the way that I've been. And so for me, I know that very few people from where I'm from will get to experience what I get to experience. So I try to bring as many cats with me on these things as possible, because once you see certain things, man, you never really go back. Once your eyes have been open to the world and how big it is and how broad it is, and the fact that, you know, I remember for me, like when I first got some bread, when I first got some real bread, and I was like, okay, I could buy a crib anywhere. I was like, I want to move to another city just to see what it feel like. So in '95, I got some real bread. And I moved to Atlanta for a year just to do something different, get a different feel.
What was that like when you touched down in the city, Bun?
Oh, man, well, you know, I had already had a lot of friends here. So basically, I would just wake up in the morning, go to Gipp House, pick up Big Gipp, you know. Probably ride down to the dungeon or ride somewhere, get some food, you know what I'm saying? And just soak up the culture, and the music scene was so vital at the time. You know, a lot was going on, and it was a blessing. And little experiences like that, you know, made me think like, well, if that's what it's like outside of my city and outside of my state, what is it like outside of my country? And then when we started getting booked, you know, the first person to really book us was Matt Sanzala, was to bring us overseas, and my normal hype man couldn't go. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get a passport, so I had to find somebody who had a clean enough record to get a passport. And so I called Squarebox over here. And that's the good thing about Cory. Cory understands the streets enough without having to be entrenched in the streets, so that you can bring Cory to the hood and he can act accordingly.
Come on now, you know what I'm saying? Come
on. But going overseas, you never really know what it's gonna be like. You know, some of these things are eye-opening. The food is way different. The language barriers, all of that stuff. But I did want to bring somebody that I thought could understand it and take away from the experience what you should take away from it. And Cory was the guy. You know, Cory's very, very humble, very quiet, sit back, kind of peep everything, pay attention, and figure out how he can take it back home, put some whip on it, and make some money.
Come on now.
I can't knock that level of hustle.
Exactly. What was the most eye-opening thing for you overseas, experiencing those different cultures, though? And that's for both of y'all.
That's a really, really good question. I think the wildest thing probably would have been Norway. And the reason I say Norway is because the time of year it was.
Yeah.
So the time of year that we went to Norway, we went to a little town called Kristiansand. And the sun only went down for 2 hours. So remember, we come out the club like 2:33 in the morning.
It's daytime.
And it's daytime.
Yeah.
Still, like it was daytime when we went in the club, come out, it's still daytime. The sun went down about 3:45.
Yeah.
And came right back up about 5:20. So like all the hotels in town have blacked out windows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now the other side of that is in Alaska. Alaska got time of year when it's dark the whole time. And the sun only come out about 2 hours a day. I don't have a problem with that except when the fuck do you know when to go to sleep?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because the way my mind works, like when the sun go down, like darkness, I can go. If I would get in a hotel room at 2, 3 o'clock, but I can get it dark in that hole, I can go to sleep.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if the sun was out. I mean, if it was dark at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I might not be motivated to do shit if it's just dark outside all day.
Exactly. What about you, Cory Mo?
Man, I remember when we was in Spain with, I think it was Chuck D. Was out there with
us? We were out there for Red Bull. Red Bull has an academy that they do twice a year around the world. Used to do twice a year around the world, and the time we went, it was in Barcelona. They had an old like steel mill factory, and they converted it into like, they had room that was a radio station and rooms that were studios and conference halls and cafeterias and all of this music education, exploration, and execution in one place with people from all over the world. You had to like write an essay and go through this whole process just to be allowed to go.
Damn.
And so they bring artists from all over the world that are learning music, learning how to engineer, produce, and all of that. And then they would bring artists who are already in the game to come and have communication with them. So I remember I did an interview. Chuck D was there. He did an interview. A couple of different artists, man. And we were just really out there soaking up the scene and the culture. And it was interesting to see how our music was received by people. Different people pick up on different things. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a third world country that got a lot of conflict, then you pick up on that warrior aspect of music. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a country that doesn't have a lot of financial opportunities for you, then you pick up on that go get money aspect of music. So we go out here and into the world and we realize that people are connecting to facets of our music that we didn't even realize because we had never been where they are. So you don't know, even if you are the shit in Paris, you don't know why you the shit till you get to Paris. Because you don't know what the fuck Paris is.